All right, welcome back. Another Monday night. So welcome to tonight's episode of Roll of Passage. A group of friends who play Dungeons and Dragons together in my basement. To learn more about ourselves and each other through collaborative storytelling, a little bit of fun. For any kids out there, we will probably have strong language. There may be scenes of violence and other, naughty adult stuff, so earmuffs.
Naughty adult stuff? What are we getting into?
It's Valentine's Day. It's our kink stream.
Set in place.
All right, so where we left off, you'd infiltrated the lair of Denizim, the Voiceless One, an emerald dragon that was entrusted to guarding the World Tree Relay. Something had happened weeks or months past with the tree being corrupted by some unknown but suspected force you believed to be the Father. During the corruption, two different forces of life were created. The mushroom life myconids, who you met and came to know and eventually help after unfortunately killing one of their members, and the fierce blights who protected the corrupted tree and the crystal within that housed the body of the dragon protector. With the help of the myconids and their diversion, our dog is just wandering around back there.
Bowen lost? That's how to get out.
With the help of the myconids and their diversion, you were able to gain entrance to the dragon's lair deep beneath the tree. There, you had a fierce skirmish with the remaining blights and a corrupted tree spirit, and made it out fairly unscathed, and are now beneath the tree in a lava-filled chamber, glowing emeralds, and a dragon horde all around you. And in the center of the chamber, a giant, nearly 100-foot tall crystalline structure, shadowed form of the huge dragon still shifting within. So,
I will never understand.
most of you are neither beaten nor bloody, as you walked all over my fight last session. But some of you are. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to give you this rose.
Oh, my heart.
That's so good.
Happy Valentine's.
Abby's got competition.
I'm going home with you tonight.
That is so great.
That's really cute.
That's so adorable. Dave's blushing.
Nice. Tyler survives the TPK.
It's the beer. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I make a perception check, just checking around the surroundings and see if there's anyone coming or if I can hear anything?
You 100% can.
Nice.
23.
Seems pretty quiet. Aside from like that deep rhythmic rumbling breathing that you guys keep hearing, and sort of bubbles and hisses from the pools of magma, it is otherwise fairly quiet down here. It doesn't seem, you can't hear anything coming down the path from above.
I'd like to investigate the crystal.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
May I actually, while they
Been up in
investigate,
there.
I add an Arcana check instead of investigation?
You roll Arcana. Either you can both roll investigation, or one of you can roll with advantage.
Well, what's your investigation?
I don't think it's great.
Mine is -1.
Okay, probably like a little better than that. wait.
Mine's +6.
Oh, maybe I'll help
So-
you,
Yeah.
Laura. Would you like to?
Yeah, do
Yes,
that. 'Cause
let's
I don't
look
think
at it.
mine...
Okay.
Oh, mine's +3,
There's
but
that
yeah,
one.
yours better.
I'm the Arcana guy. I nat 1.
Not one.
Wait, what's your plus on the Arcana?
10.
Oh, shit.
So it's still nat 1.
Gotta put a negative review on that
Okay, so you
Etsy
roll
store.
it.
17.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. What exactly are you looking for with this investigation check?
If there's any cracks in the crystal, if the dragon looks like it could get loose.
Are you touching it all, or are you just looking?
Just looking.
Okay.
Clever girl.
Yeah, you were already close enough. There doesn't appear to be any cracks. It does seem, the more you look at it, that the crystalline structure actually goes beneath the ground. So this is just sort of like the proverbial tip of the iceberg. There's likely more underground. And you can see veins that go out from this central emerald crystal to other emeralds that are scattered throughout the cave. Though this is the only one that seems to house whatever is within.
Is the dragon completely inside the crystal?
As far as you can tell, the 17,
Yeah.
it seems like it. The crystal is big enough, and the shadow inside is big enough. It is mostly opaque, though, so you can't actually
Okay.
see any detail within. but you've studied enough. You know roughly what a dragon looks like. You can get the relative idea that this is probably Denizim inside the crystal.
Okay.
Well done, everybody. How are we feeling about getting this dragon out? Anybody got any ideas?
Well, I've actually never been with a dragon, so
I've never been with a dragon.
exactly. So I don't really have any ideas.
Okay, I want to pray to my god and ask if she knows anything about what's going on.
Could I also investigate the smaller crystals? You
Yes.
said they're kind of connected, right?
Yep. So go ahead and make an investigation check. Make a religion check.
14.
Okay. With a 14, sort of just backing up what Alora already saw, that there's like it seems like this emerald structure is containing something more than just the dragon. It seems like the central one is like this main source, but like there are occasional like sort of sparks of light that come from the smaller crystals that sort of like emanate there and then go down these veins. There's not a lot of veins that are on the surface of the stone itself. They mostly go underground. But with the 14, you can see that like they seem to be like pulsing.
Exos is gonna be just like kind of scratching his head on the side, and then he's gonna like look over at his hand and he's gonna see like the ring from the mother, and he's gonna like,
Bingo.
oh, guys, mom, what if we reach out to mom? Can we all hold hands together?
I think this is the right time to make our circle. If we're gonna do it, we don't know how much time. They could be coming back again.
All right, let's do it.
We gotta find a new way to talk to her.
Can
Just
we?
gonna grab your hand and just
Oh,
wink
he's
at
going
you.
in.
Should we set up the circle around it since?
You can.
I think that'd be
Is it
really
fine
fun.
around, or
I'll
can we all
I'll
fit?
show everybody
Oh, yeah, is it
what
too
you
big of
guys see.
circumference?
Can we?
I guess I can.
one hit point.
Ooh.
Yeah, we didn't time this out right.
Uh-oh.
There's an order of events that did not happen.
Are there monsters coming in?
else.
No, I'm just turning the lights on.
Oh.
Just
Over there.
Oh.
That's Elora.
Well,
Elora.
I don't see
And Anon is kind
Yeah,
of hiding
someone
over
pick
here.
me up.
So,
Go on.
someone can cut her out of her vines and.
You're like,
Come on over. Get over here.
You were doing all the work.
Not dying. Mission accomplished.
Staying
So are you
on
all
that.
just standing around it, or are you hold? Because the way you are, keep in mind, this thing is 80-foot
We will
diameter.
make a little circle.
Probably won't be able to sit all the way
Circle.
around it.
Little semicircle, you know?
Oh, I thought we were doing this. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
We gotta touch hands.
We have to
don't
hold
have to touch
hands.
We can't speak to
Is that how prayer works?
You have to touch.
Don't forget
Yeah.
about out.
That's why priests are
It's
the
right
way
behind the
they are.
crystal.
Oh my gosh.
What do you say?
I made a bad Catholic priest joke.
Oh, that's
Nice.
Yeah, sorry.
Those are too easy.
We like
Sorry
them.
to the
Yeah.
Catholics out there.
Except not.
Okay, so you guys are all gathering in a circle and attempting to contact the mother?
Yes.
I will have one of you make either a religion, arcana, or nature check.
I just rolled it for a religion. I got 16.
Oh, because you were praying to your god
Yeah.
beforehand. So, no answer.
Okay.
Yeah. You pray, but you don't have, like, the best relationship with Timora.
No, not really.
So, yeah, just you pray and nothing really
I'm
happens.
just like, whatever.
You know,
Call you later.
Typical.
Did you say and or?
Yeah, whoever rolls it, depending upon how you believe. So
Right.
some of you believe through magic, some of you believe through a connection with nature, and some of you believe you have faith. So whoever is rolling it can choose to roll with whatever their belief
Gotcha.
stat
That makes sense.
is.
Not be me.
Or me.
it will not be me.
did you just roll?
Yeah, why not? No one else is rolling.
This is okay.
What? Did you
Yes,
want to
plus
roll?
10 arcana.
It's too late. The die is rolled.
Should have spoke up quicker. I'm sorry. 12.
12. And what did you, what did you roll? Nature, arcana, religion?
Arcana.
Arcana. So you guys, what do you say as you roll? As you
I
Excuse me,
mean, the
Rijo.
typical come in, mother.
No wonder it's a 12.
So you guys all sort of like feel a slight electric jolt in your hands, and you get the sense that, so like the mother explained, this is an intersection of magical ley lines that have come together in the world. It's literally like pure arcane force that is here. And you can make the fair assumption that that is interfering somehow with the connection. Even though that is part of her life force, it's almost like the signal to noise ratio is too much. There's too much static that you feel like she's there, you're just unable to grasp onto the signal.
Can I assist her? Or
Unfortunately.
Peter? No? Okay. Okay.
Can I do an investigation check? Did you mention that it looks like it goes deeper, like where the base of the crystal is, like it goes below the floor that we're on?
Yeah, I mean, you had a huge perception check earlier, so definitely that goes deeper. With Alora's investigation and Anand's investigation, you get the idea that this crystal goes down, and then those other crystals that scatter around the room, some jutting up. So, I mean, Denazim is a dragon. Dragons have hoards. There's literally like piles of gold and items and things like that scattered around this room as well, and sometimes the crystals jut out from that. And then the main crystal, it seems to be like it's rooted into the earth. and
Okay,
seems
but
to be
I
going
can't
deeper.
see any like other like doors or like any other
Passageways that
passageways
go
to
deeper.
go deeper. Okay.
Could I try like hacking at one of the smaller crystals and see if anything happens?
Sure, with what?
I
was thinking that too.
with Alora's bigger sword because I don't have a sword. Alora, you can do it. I'm looking. I'm like, I don't have anything to hack with.
What do you say?
I can
to
try and
Alora?
hit it.
Say, Alora, are you noticing this like pulsing between the bigger crystals and the little crystals?
Oh yes, my first thought was to just hit one of the crystals, but I didn't know if
think
that was a
you
good
should do
idea.
I don't really have
Okay.
anything, but do you have anything that would be heavy?
Oh yeah, my sword. I could hit it.
'Kay.
I'll just go for it.
Blacksmiths hate her.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Okay.
And how big of a crystal are you? There's some that are like the size of a fist, others that are like the size of a torso.
A
and then obviously
small
the
one.
like a small one.
Yeah. Okay. 24.
24 definitely hits. So you just like slice out with your rapier and it smashes into the edge of a crystal. And a rapier is a slashing weapon, not a smashing weapon. But with a 24, you're actually able to sort of like hit a joint in the crystal and it like slams in and causes this like crack. Where is everybody as this happens?
Elt's walking towards a pile
You
of
have to be
boulder.
right beside me.
Yeah.
He's just gonna
I
go
am.
take it.
Peter is with Elts on this one.
So you two are going looting.
Yeah.
We're right beside each other.
I'm watching.
Okay. You hear the faint sounds of sad puppies in the distance. So I need you two to roll wisdom saving throws as as you hit the crystal and it cracks. This like initially green energy flares out, but then as it gets further away from the crystal, you see that this energy is actually like purpley, pinky, gold, blue like flare.
14.
14.
All right, I need both of you to roll D100s for me.
I actually don't know how to do that. I haven't done it.
Oh, sorry.
It's
I
the
did that
double
wrong.
D10s and the singular D10s. So the double is the 10 digits, and then the single is the.
Nice. 69.
Oh.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I got 27.
Nice.
27 and 69. Okay.
My wife.
Somebody roll a d6 for me.
2.
2? That's you. Okay. You start hearing like whispers in your mind, just but like the occasional voice breaks through, and it's like your instructors from school, and sometimes your mom, and things like that. For the next hour, you have advantage on insight checks.
Oh, that's great.
29, you said?
27.
27. Roll a d6 for me.
3.
3. you start having an intense headache, and anyone who looks over towards Extos realizes that he's got a bit of a nosebleed. You are going to have disadvantage on perception checks for the next hour as you have very bad headache.
Well, Exos, what's going on?
Oh, my head, it actually feels like it's about to explode.
See, the funny thing about that with here is that it comes and then it goes and then it comes and it just might go again. So just let it go.
Did it turn on and off for you in that fight like 4 times?
I'll try.
Yeah.
Beyond that, the crystal itself goes dim. So after you smash it, that sort of like flare out happens that affects both of you with that sort of psychic energy, and then the crystal just sort of goes dim.
All right.
I'm gonna be like, hey guys, come look at this.
Oh, what is it?
What are you two doing?
Loot and gold.
No, I'm gonna hold him back just before you pretty much dive in. I'm assuming.
No, I'm just gonna reach
Just
out
gonna
and just grab a
Scrooge McDuck
handful.
it.
Yeah, all right, Aladdin. I'm going to just like wait, and I'm going to either check for traps or do an Arcana check.
Which one? Because one is investigation and the other is an arcana.
I'm gonna do Arcana.
Okay.
Call.
18.
Does not appear to be magical in any way. Just seems to be a pile of stuff. There's some gold, there's some crystals and gems and things like that on there. There's some other items that are around, but it doesn't seem to be trapped magically in any way.
In all my experience as a street thief, take only what you need. So I'm gonna look for like any peculiar items I see around.
What are you looking for?
Just gold and then some gems.
Investigate check each.
You just take like an ultra-sized slushy cup from 7-Eleven.
Okay, obviously no one's listening to me. Hey guys, come look at this, you fuckers!
I'm coming. Sorry.
They're all like, what?
When I hit this crystal with my sword, it just shattered and it went dim. Maybe it's the way to free the dragon? What do you think?
Well, I guess it doesn't. As long as we don't hit the dragon, then maybe we could all just start attacking it. But to be honest, this headache is like really hurting my head. So maybe we could try like I don't know, like from range. Thoughts, feelings.
Can I I have that spice pouch. Can I use like willow bark or something to give this guy an aspirin?
Roll a medicine check.
That's cool.
Nice.
Oh, our
What did
cleric's
you get?
back.
16? Okay.
A medicine check.
Yeah.
21.
21. The headache goes away, but you're still at disadvantage because it is a magical effect. But you are no longer feeling head pain.
Cool.
Yeah.
I just-
Okay, so with a 21 investigation check, or 16,
16,
investigation check, you're able to essentially pull up in coins and gems and things like that the rough equivalent of about 2,000 gold.
Okay, I'll take it.
21.
21. Okay.
Rogues.
You find you're looking for interesting things, right?
Yeah, if it has gold in it, that's okay too.
Okay, so you find a dragon horn brooch, sort of in the shape of a dragon scale, inlaid with ornate platinum scroll work. You find a fine steel scepter engraved with images of stinging insects with a small hornet's nest set on top of it. You find a small statuette of a pair of golden lions. You find a jade ring carved into the image of a dragon eating its own tail.
What was it? A jade?
Ring.
Excuse me.
It carved in the image of a dragon eating its own tail.
I want that.
You find a scroll,
I want that.
and you find 2 small vials of red liquid.
Ooh.
What was before the liquid?
A scroll.
Wow.
Exos is gonna have a squirrel brain moment, and as he's trying to listen to what Anon is saying, he just hears Elt and Peter just
Yeah,
finding
you just
cool
hear the
shit.
sound of coins and things shifting, and
Yeah, he's gonna be like, we'll be right back in on, sorry. And then I want to look for something that is really good light armor.
really good light armor. Okay, make an investigation check.
Do it.
No, that's all
Not
right.
bad.
We work with that.
15.
15. You find a set of studded leather armor that sort of has like filigree patterns and things like that, like almost like painted between the studs of the leather.
Ooh.
I'm going to hit another crystal.
Yeah,
while
can
we're,
I also...
we're at it.
I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If I did like firebolt or something at a crystal, would it do anything?
You can try.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
Okay.
Alright.
Attack roll.
Yep.
And spell attack roll. Again, what size of crystal?
Just any that's next to me, so maybe a medium size.
Okay, this is one of those like the size of like a good sized like pumpkin.
Okay, 6,
I'll start with a smaller one just to see if this works.
'Kay.
16.
16.
Sorry. Um, 21.
21. Okay, so yeah, they both connect. Unfortunately, the firebolt hits and just sort of like splashes off for a second and then gets sucked into the crystal
Oh
itself.
no.
Interesting.
You
Okay.
smash another crystal. Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Oh my god. 16.
16. Roll D100 for me.
No. 32.
32. Roll D6.
5.
You start having an intense headache and your nose starts to bleed.
Okay.
You have disadvantage on perception checks for the next
Just
hour.
smashing crystals and
Okay.
giving our friends headaches.
I
Nosebleeds
was
and
like,
headaches.
could you stop? What is going on here?
Yeah, with like a fireball exploding and Elt's gonna turn around and
What the hell is everybody doing?
How about,
What are you doing?
yeah, how about you
Picking up gold?
stuffing your pockets with other people's gold
Whoa,
and
whoa,
help
whoa,
us
hey,
figure this shit out
just-
before the stick people come back, you stupid, lazy, good-for-nothings.
To defend Elt,
Well, ask X and ask Valia how they're feeling. Are you helping them?
Yeah, to be honest, the headache was really unwarranted. Maybe we could probably find a better way. Have we tried talking to the dragon?
Yes.
Oh,
Have we healed them at all? I mean, if this is the only way, we might have to just live with it,
guys,
right?
what if we're thinking about this all the wrong way? I mean, Denizen was in the crystal for the whole time. Maybe the thing that we actually want to do is rather than attack the crystal, maybe we want to, like, heal the crystal?
we tried that when we tried to lift the curse.
But we haven't tried healing.
Okay.
No healer.
It might be worth a shot when our cleric's back.
Actually, dabble a little bit in some healing, so, I don't know if,
Well-
guys-
Just before you do, I mean, I don't know what shape everyone's in here, but maybe we heal us first.
Yeah, I could probably take some healing.
Well, I can definitely heal you. Why don't you come over here and be a buddy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go over.
So I'm gonna cast 3rd level healing word on Elts.
3rd level. All right.
Oh, what happened to Al?
He got knocked down quite a bit in that fight, so it was
Oh.
cleaning
I
him up.
added it up as almost like 100 points of damage.
7,
Plus
8, and then so 12 points.
Thank you.
That's good.
Is anybody else beat up?
All right, so we're going to try and heal the crystal instead of destroying these ones connected to the veins. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh,
But
wait,
what do we?
wait.
What do we? Sorry, Valia.
That's fine.
Say, what are we thinking? That all of these crystals are attached, and if we get rid of them, it's gonna let us in or break apart the big one.
I mean,
What do we-
maybe.
Or do we feel like we gotta heal it?
I don't know, that was just X's idea.
Oh, well, actually, Mum said that the dragon was not doing too hot.
Well, if we think about it, I mean, the crystal is encasing the dragon, and that seems like prison.
Yeah, like,
Right?
Is it trapped in that crystal?
Doesn't seem like a good thing.
I
don't think.
think
is it-
there's might
worth
be
a
an
try.
easier way to test this, and I'm gonna grab 2 fragments of those green crystals that was cut in half, and I'm gonna cast Mend and see if it puts them back together and if the light comes back on.
Okay, roll an Arcana check.
Breaking the mechanics of the game. I saw that face, Dave.
That one.
20.
They mend back together,
Mm.
but they don't glow.
Hmm.
Well, might as well try it. Shouldn't we?
Smashing the crystals or healing the crystal?
Healing.
Okay.
Okay, we heal. We try a little bit of healing, and if it doesn't do anything, then maybe we try to like hit all the crystals that don't align with the big crystals.
Okay. I'm still seeing the true sight. Is that right? Yeah. Do I see anything that I could
Roll a perception
potentially
check for
use?
With advantage.
Oh, great. 9.
It's hard to see anything beyond the physical here. Like I mentioned, when you came in, you actually see the ley lines. You see that weave of magic sort of going through the whole room. The closer you get to the center of the room, to the center of this crystal, it almost becomes like hard to see through. Like you can focus and be like, okay, reality, ethereal plane. Reality, ethereal plane. But like when you try to look beyond, it is just like it's just overwhelming color that is like moving like rivers.
Okay.
I want to cast Detect Magic in the room.
Okay. The whole room lights up.
So everything is magical.
So the crystal lights up. All of the smaller emeralds around the room all light up. A bunch of things that Peter just picked out of the hoard light up. The armor that Extos just picked up lights up. Things that are on you guys. Like there's a lot of magic here, and just sort of like things are. It's like a glitter bomb has gone off in here, where things will like spark up and then fade, and spark up and fade, and it sort of times in sync as she's explaining. It's like that's glowing. No, now it's not. You see is like the river of magical weave sort of like crashes into things and then moves away. As it crashes into something, it sort of lights up magical for a second and then goes away. So the magic doesn't like stick to things particularly that aren't magical, but it like comes and goes.
Can I try putting my hand on the stone and speaking to the dragon?
Yeah.
On the big crystal?
Roll a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage for me.
Wisdom. Wisdom was +8, so 21.
21. So you put your hands on the crystal and you sort of have the feeling like almost like when you put your hands on it, it's almost like they sink in a little bit, and then you like sort of like pull yourself away, and you put and it is just intense emotion that you feel as you put your hands on these crystal.
What emotion?
Every emotion: fear, doubt, happiness, overwhelm, ecstasy, just wave after wave after wave of emotion.
Yeah, Denazim, are you in there? Are you stuck in there? What? Oh my god. Denazim.
No answer.
What was that? What was happening? Did I see her hand sink in,
Perception check.
or is that just to her?
Perception check.
Okay. 12.
12. It's kind of like you thought you saw it, but you're not sure if you actually saw it.
So many feelings.
Can you go in there?
I don't think I'm gonna try poking my finger into
Are
it.
you sort of like willfully trying to?
Well, maybe like if someone could tie a rope to me first, just in case it sucks me in. I'd like to be able to be pulled back out, but my hand sunk in a little bit, and then I had to pull my hands back.
X is already gonna be just wrapping rope around and doing his like sailor knots. I'm like, I'm right here with you. If you get sucked in by the crystal, I'll do my best. I actually pulled my brother over when he was drowning. Kind of wish I didn't, because he was a real jerk later. But yeah, I got you.
Take a sleight of hand roll for me.
Okay. Oh gosh. Uh, 11.
There could just be an easier way.
So you've got a rope tied around your waist and X is hanging onto the other end.
Elusus
Okay.
might be willing to take one for this team.
Thalia's like mid-step. Steps backwards.
I'll ask. And Elusus is already like hovering, flapping right beside it, ready to go.
I'll go in behind you, Lucis.
You get the feeling that Elusus really doesn't want to go in there. Does not want to touch that crystal, does not want anything to do with it. Mostly, roll an animal handling check.
Oh, this
or
is so
Arcana.
weird. It's
Roll
so
an Arcana
yeah, it's
check,
a weird
because
one, right?
He's a creature of magic.
Right? It's not really my fae, but
Pikachu
it's
doesn't wanna
somebody's
come
fae.
out.
Oh. 21.
He is made of magic, and this crystal is pure magic, and they are unsure what will happen if they touch it.
I'm going to warg in and be Elusus then.
Okay.
'Kay.
And you're good.
Elusus as me will
So
go.
Elusus still has their own will. You can just see and hear through
Totally.
smell and everything else.
Yep. So I'll just see what he sees. It
Okay.
sees. They see.
Elusus doesn't see anything different in the crystal, but you get, because when you guys are connected, you have that emotional language between the two of you. There's a deep apprehension and awe of this crystal.
Elusus is going to kind of like from up down take like not a running start, but like kind of use gravity to suck it in.
Make a persuasion check for Elusus.
Sure. Yeah.
As Peter, to try to convince your familiar to
Sure.
do this.
Yep.
I mean, Thalia volunteered.
18.
Why did I dab that?
What is Elusus's wisdom?
I think it's 10 or lower, but I'll check right
I think it's 10 or lower as well. I just don't have it up right now.
12.
So +1. Okay. Sort of like you feel this like stealing themselves, where they're like, "Are you sure, boss?" kind of thing, and they swoop up, and then they swoop down, and as they touch the crystal, you see the same thing that happened with your fireball, where it sort of the magic scatters against this crystal and explodes out, and then gets sucked in 100 pieces,
Did we not tie
and you lose the
Elusus?
work.
No.
Roll a
My
d4
God.
for me.
No, he's just in there.
4.
You take 4 points of psychic damage.
Oh, neat. That was fun.
Is
that again.
Lucis dead now?
Probably.
He could be resummoned,
He can be resummoned.
but you would have to go through the whole spell. Like,
Thalia's just gonna start untying.
you know what it feels like when your familiar sort of disconnects. This is that feeling.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
there was a feedback loop
Yeah.
that happened with it.
I was gonna start untying the rope and just be like,
Elt's gonna grab it. I'll go in then. Are we sure we want to go in? Because if somebody's got to, I'll go.
well, that guy just, Wither just exploded.
You can't see anything.
Well, I don't think he's a real thing. He's kind of... What is he, magic?
I don't know, but it's not entirely mine, but it does belong to me.
Because if your hands went in...
It was a lot. It was really intense. It might drive somebody crazy.
Roll an insight check for me, Thalia.
Sight. 27.
27. Damn, very insightful.
Mhm.
It never felt.
8 to insight.
The wave of emotion didn't feel malicious so much as unhinged.
Okay. It did. Maybe I should do it because well, I don't mean to offend you, but I'm a little wiser than you are. I might be able to handle the craziness emotions better.
this has to do with brain size or brain
No,
power.
no,
but
it's not that. It's just you're smart. I'm just a little bit more streetwise, you know.
Street smart.
you should go in there.
I'm gonna tie it with conviction.
You're going in.
Make a sleight of hand check for me.
I can't remember what all my things are. 18.
Nice.
I'm gonna look at Laura. Did I do this right? Did he do that right?
It looks good to me.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm kind of the expert around knots around here, so
It looks like a great knot.
yeah, actually, it'll pass. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll pass. We could go back and forth forever.
Okay, guys. You're like zombie walk towards the crystal.
You're walking in.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, you sort of will yourself. You touch the crystal, and that same sort of like instinct to pull back happens. But you're like, nope, doing this. And so you keep your hands out, and they start passing through the surface of the emerald.
You can look at these guys.
So the first knuckle, second knuckle, up to the wrist, up to the elbow. And as soon as it hits the shoulder, Thalia's in, and the rope just starts going.
Ah, my hands! I'm sorry, Thalia.
Okay,
Strength
we
check.
all grab on.
Yeah.
Dexterity. Anybody who's
Definitely.
trying to grab on, dexterity saving.
Ooh.
I might die.
Oh no.
8. Dexterity.
4.
15.
Useless.
We all get sucked in.
10 for dexterity, and then I'll roll my strength.
Peter
here.
rolls strength.
And a 7 for strength.
Oh, 15. Does that do it?
11. Strength.
Please.
You guys both grab onto the rope, and it just burns your hands, and you're holding, and you're holding, and you're holding, and then the last inches of the rope just.
Oh.
We suck. Thalia.
Oh no.
X is just gonna run in after.
Peter's gonna dive in head first.
I'm gonna try to grab one of them.
Dexterity saving throw.
Total party kill.
Dexterity saving throws or acrobatics. Actually, make
17.
acrobatics or
Absolutely
athletics.
not going
17.
in.
Who are you trying to grab?
Whoever is close. I was standing close by
You're
her.
closer to Peter because
Okay,
you
then
guys
I'll be
were
grabbing
looking for
Peter.
money together.
Yeah.
19.
10.
They're both gone.
I yell Talia as soon as I dive in. Talia.
Okay.
Talia.
I'll accept either.
It's the lisp.
Yeah, I know it.
It's hard to
It's a
tell.
little up
So yeah,
for interpretation.
all three of you are gone into the crystal, so that leaves the three of you left out standing in the.
Holy shit! Holy shit! They all just.
What?
Oh my
What?
gosh.
What did
I
they
just
do?
What have we done?
Well, they're the street smart ones.
Street smarts.
I have to stay out here just in case anyone comes back. I mean, what do we do?
But how can we help them out here? But what if we're trapped in there?
What if we kill ourselves by jumping in there?
I'm gonna try sending a message to Extos.
That's a great idea.
Make a
we're in.
make a
I'm floating
wisdom,
through time and space.
make a wisdom saving.
Every anime intro.
Yeah.
21.
So good.
You feel the spell going out, and you feel this sort of like backlash of psychic energy, but you're able to stave it off. The message hit the edge of the crystal and then bounced back and like came back with psychic static, but you're just like
Okay, so I couldn't get
you couldn't get. It appears to be a magical barrier in the sense of magic cannot get through it, but people can.
I just tried to send a message to X and nothing. It just rebounded right off the crystal.
Oh no.
I think we might have to. I'm gonna go in.
Do we want to try another rope? And this time be hanging on.
Let's try it for sure.
Sure.
How hard is the ground?
I don't.
It's stone.
Oh, it is stone.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
Is there any magical rope around?
Make an investigation check.
Come on, Wonder Woman.
Ah,
Magic's not gonna go
22.
How long do you want to look?
Like 5 minutes, maybe less.
Oh my gosh.
5 minutes or less?
We don't have a lot of
A
time here.
minute. A minute.
A minute? No.
You guys might be
Nothing.
getting absorbed into the like ether right now.
We are Extos.
Platform 9 3/4. Where am I?
God damn it!
Harry Just switch to Harry Potter.
Right, I'll tie another rope. I have one.
Are the curtains open
Yeah.
upstairs? What's going on with her? Sorry, stream. Our dog's losing their mind.
Wish hoodies.
I'll tie another rope around and on
Okay.
as
I'm-
best as I
Okay,
can.
sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Can I find a crack in the ground that's somewhat
God
close?
damn it!
Investigation.
7.
Nope.
Okay.
It's not happening.
What did you get?
I rolled 4, 6.
There's cracks, but not within the
Fuck.
length of the rope.
I'm still doing it.
Looks like a solid knot.
Great.
Total party kill right now. Let's
Okay.
go.
Elt's gonna grab onto the rope as well.
Okay.
Gonna wrap it around.
All right, strength check.
You're going in?
Can I try to brace myself?
I will give you advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
holding on as well.
You're going in?
I'm going in, yeah.
Okay. Like jumping in, diving in,
I'm
walking
gonna
in.
like swan dive.
Okay, strength checks.
Is this one at advantage?
You because you braced yourself. Yeah.
14.
22.
Oh god.
22. Okay, so she sort of goes like 10, 15. The rope is like pulling, but then the two of you combined and you sort of like bracing yourself, like putting your foot on against one of these crystals and holding yourself back. The rope stops.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's good.
okay.
I think we got her.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't. Fuck, I wish we could know what's going on the inside.
Well, we have to hold on.
DM?
What are you guys doing with the rope?
I'm holding it.
Yeah, I'm just
We're
gonna
about to
keep
face the
it.
dragon.
Does it feel like it's still pulling?
No, it just stopped.
Oh.
Is it like limp stopped?
No, like
Okay.
taut,
Tense. Yeah,
Okay.
but like sort of an equilibrium.
Right, I'm holding it.
Could
So
I
tight to this rope.
lightly let go to see if it's gonna keep pulling?
As soon as you let go, it goes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep holding on then.
All right, stay this way. Don't let go.
Yeah, I'll be holding it.
Okay. 10 minutes passes. 15 minutes passes.
Oh, what's happening inside the crystal? That's what I want to know. Nothing.
DM wants you to go in, I
Yeah.
think.
You don't know what's happening inside the crystal.
Yeah, totally.
It's the
Oh, I'm
easiest
And I'm not going to
staying
tell you what's happening inside
right
the crystal because
here.
it may influence your decisions. So as far as you guys go, no, time is just passing.
I am staying
Leave
right
the
here.
room or nut up. That's
Not
inappropriate.
up or shut up, Laura.
You're not in the room.
Are
Are
you
we,
guys
are we getting tired from holding?
make a constitution
No,
save.
you shouldn't have said that.
I was going to give you to 20 minutes, but yeah.
17.
She's not very
17.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not very big.
Great.
You will get tired eventually, but right now, like,
I could do
she's
this
4'10".
forever.
Like, the two of you can hold a 4'10" person for a little while.
Okay. Do you want to try and tie this?
Yeah, you want to look for something in the ground that we can maybe put my weapon or I think I got a crowbar in my backpack.
Me too. All right.
Are you gonna let go?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I can let go.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not. I'm gonna try to
Because
brace
I'm a
him.
girl.
Okay, strength check. Not at advantage.
15.
That's good.
Investigation check
Okay.
to see if you could find a place to like wedge a crowbar or
Okay.
things like that.
Whoop. Ooh.
Stay technically in the box.
24. 24.
Yeah, you find a place where you can wedge the crowbar.
Okay.
It is 3 feet out of the edge, like the reach of the rope. So you'll have to pull back to get there.
Okay. I try and pull it back and tie the rope around the crowbar.
My head like popped.
Yeah, she's letting me know that I'll try.
Okay, so strength saving throws for each of you.
Okay. 17.
9.
Ugh.
Does not move. Doesn't go any further in, but does not come any further out.
Okay. That's good.
How long are we going to be waiting out here for him? I particularly don't really want to be going in. But how long do we stay here and hold this rope?
Can I go to the top of the stairs?
Can y'all just jump in the motherfucking crystal?
No, it's not what I do as my character. I can't do it.
Our 2 commitment-afraid
Okay,
characters.
if you are letting go of the rope, you need to make another strength check.
13.
So you are
Oh wait, is it a saving throw?
no, just a check.
Okay, then yeah, it's a 13.
So you're just holding, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna take a look.
Okay.
As soon as you let go of the rope, your hands burn from the hemp, and the rope is gone.
Motherfucker!
So it's been
Oh,
20
well.
minutes. You guys have been waiting, and the rope is gone.
Well, now what?
Can I roll a perception check to see if there's like anything up there? Okay. Yes. 22.
So you go up. Do you go all the way outside?
No, just halfway up the stairs.
You don't hear living creatures, but make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay. 14.
You hear a voice inside your head as you get about halfway up. Are you just going to leave them then?
No, I'm just checking to see if anyone's around.
They're waiting.
They're waiting.
And you get up sort of halfway and you listen and you listen. And you don't hear anything. You don't hear wind. You don't feel wind.
That's a bad sign.
You don't. It is as if the passage further up has closed.
Okay. We're trapped. All right. I go back down the stairs. I think we're trapped in here. I think we have to jump in the crystal.
We're trapped in a room, and now we gotta jump inside of a crystal.
I know, it's absolutely bonkers, but we have to do it. There's nothing else.
Well, we could sit here and wait.
Do you think that's the right thing to do?
Well, what if they're dead? And then we're gonna jump in and then we die too. I mean,
I
I got shit to
know.
do.
I know. I think we have to do it. We're trapped in here anyway. They're waiting. It sounds fun.
What do you mean they're waiting? How do you know they're waiting?
Well, they are. You hear in your head.
I'll look around. What the fuck was that? Was that you?
Make a perception check.
No.
For 12.
The
Eye rolls
shape inside the
all
crystal
around.
stopped moving.
Guys took you 25 minutes.
The what inside the crystal?
The shape inside the crystal has stopped moving.
Oh.
He's gonna look at it, the crystal, like,
Was that always still?
No, he's moving around.
Well, let's stop now. Did you hear that in your head?
Yeah, they said that they're waiting. Right?
Fuck this.
Are you
Alright,
ready?
Are we going in then?
Let's do it. Let's
he's
go.
gonna put his hand out to.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah, let's go.
On 3.
Do you take his hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.
you take his hand?
Not after 3, on 3. Or else we're...
One good jump.
Ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3. And I push him in.
He's gone.
Can I try to hang on?
Yeah.
Massive
Athletics
dexterity.
check versus athletics check.
Oh. Re-rolling in or?
Roll it in the box.
21.
Yeah, well, not 21.
You get pushed and you try to like hold on, and it is just, and you are left outside by yourself.
Okay. And then I jump in right after.
Whatever at.
Turns out you're the father all along.
Dahlia, roll a d6 for me.
I'm actually nervous.
Me
That's
too.
fine. That's a
I'm
D4.
scared.
That's a D4. Yep, that's
Cube.
not it. A D6?
Gonna find a dragon to marry, just like Shrek.
6.
Okay.
Donkey.
Okay.
So all of you, as you passed this barrier, sort of had the feeling of falling, but couldn't see or hear or feel anything. It is as if time stopped, but it wasn't a black void. It was a green void. Everything around you was just pure emerald. And then for some reason, unbeknownst to you, you all sort of like lurch. And we're gonna go starting with Eltamil because of the roll. You lurch and sort of like find yourself standing in this moment in a forest. You're dressed in full plate, a shield strapped to your back, a long sword at your hip, and you hear behind you not marching feet, but a large number of feet moving with purpose. And you turn around and there are 22 men behind you, moving, sort of like watching. And you know this wood. You spent a lot of time here, both as a child and later as an adult. This is the Springsay Thicket, just outside of your town, Hadley, where you spent your youth and then a large portion of your later life. But not your later life, just your life. And your memories start to fade and fuzz and crackle. And the Eltamil that stepped into the crystal is sort of shoved into a corner behind a door. And another Eltamil steps forward. An Eltamil that, rather having never ended up in crime, instead met this beautiful woman Thea and moved back to his home village of Hadley that was starting to prosper with a lumber and textiles trade. Not signing up with a gang, not ending up on the wrong side of the law, instead becoming the law. Signing up as an officer for the local garrison. His two friends, Fizz, I'm blanking on the other name, Telfer, Fizz and Telfer, as you look behind you, are there, both in garrison armor, one with the bars of a lieutenant and the other of a sergeant. And Fizz sort of like looks up at you, his dark face behind his half helm, his drow ears coming out, sort of goes, "Right, boss. They said the highwaymen were around here somewhere. I mean, you know the Springsay, thick of thieves and robbers and... the hell is that?" You sort of turn your head, and off in the distance, maybe about 100 feet or so away, you see a green-cloaked figure sort of sneak behind a rock. What do you do?
I'm assuming I'm in command. I've got that impression.
Yeah, you look down at yourself, and sure enough, captain's insignia on your armor, leading the troop. And as you have that thought, all of these memories crash into you. You and Thea moving back to Hadley, you signing up with the garrison, starting off as a young officer and moving your way up the ranks. You remember Roderick coming to town, but you remember because you were with the law, you were able to stop him before he did what he did. And the entire course of your life changed, and you worked for the powers that be and did good. Saved people, saved their businesses, saved their lives. And now you're out on yet another bandit hunt in the woods, looking for highwaymen. This is just your day-to-day.
Okay. Put up his fist then.
All right, men, we're gonna be stopping here. Fizz and Telfer, you come and scout ahead with me.
Right?
Right. Oh, man. So we're gonna go scout up ahead.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
This is so good.
This is
This is so cool.
15.
playing his memory.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, 15.
15. So you move ahead, and as you sort of like round that rock, another 100 feet in the distance, this sort of small green-cloaked form sort of turns to you, and the face is Thea's face, but with red hair. She sort of just goes, gives you a wink, and crooks her finger for you to follow.
Well, I know you boys are committed to me, but I think this one I gotta go alone. You guys better be heading back. Go watch the men.
You want us to watch the men, Telfer says. Should we circle around, see if we can find a camp?
Yeah, get them comfy. I'm in about an hour time. Blow a horn and I'll come find you.
Right, boss. Don't get yourself murked.
I'll do my best. You know how we do.
Right. And you have that confidence because this is exactly what you do, time and time again. You go out and you find those who do ill to others and you stop them. And as you step forward into the wood, the sound of the trees and the birds and the insects all around you, you see this woman around another rock. And as you curve around that rock, you find yourself no longer in the wood, but in a fountain square in a town that you don't recognize. And you look around and the sky overhead is roiling with deep green storm clouds. And there are 5 other figures standing around this fountain. Extos. You lurch and you come to a stop. And instantly the spray of the sea splashes across your face. You grew up wanting to tell stories, like Vinny and Brynn, your mother and father, but this wasn't the path for you. But you're like, wait, no, that was absolutely the path for me. And your memory of the man who stepped into the crystal, and the memory of this man standing on this rocky outcrop overlooking the sea, smash together, and then you feel the storyteller Extos being pushed to a corner of your mind and closed behind a door. Instead of becoming a storyteller, you were chosen by the Stormcrow, the priest of Deep Shashalash, prophet of your people, to be his apprentice. Instead of quiet years on the flotilla, learning the history and stories of your people, lounging with your cousins and family, you spent a decade on the Temple Island, a craggy, lifeless tower of stone in the middle of the broken chain of Renderin, the temple to the Lord of the Undersea built into the stone itself, a place that your family went for blessings and foretellings and prayer. Here you learned to commune with the Dolphin Prince, to call storms and to control the weather. Your people come for advice and for guidance and peace. They come for auguries and foretellings, but mostly they come for the blessings on their ships. The blessing of the wind in their sails, for their prows to be strong and to withstand the storms of the sea, and the blessings on their holds to always be full of fresh water and fish. And now you stand on this jagged peak of the sanctified island of Arulian, the spray of the water and the wind washing over your face and your sort of blue and gold temple robes as you hear a voice behind you calling your name. Hexter. And you turn, and a woman in a green robe is moving down the stairs, her red hair trailing behind you, and as she turns, her face is that of Vinny Sacred Drifter, your mother. A kind, human face before she slips out of sight. The last thing you see, her finger crooked, beckoning you to follow her down the stairs. What do you do?
I'm gonna follow. Yeah. I'm just gonna take one step forward and not even question it.
Yeah, you turn around and start heading down the stairs, shaking the sea spray out of your robe like you have done thousands of times before in this life, living as a priest to the Deep One. And you walk down the stairs and you see a flash of a green cloak turning a corner. And you turn that corner. And instead of being in the temple, you are standing in a fountain square of a town, a green sky roiling overhead. The square mostly empty, except for 5 other figures standing around a fountain. Inan. Celeste never died. Because instead of putting up with with the taunting and the teasing for the other children of Mirewood, you gave in to your infernal heritage and made a pact with a creature in your dreams for the power to protect yourself, to protect your sisters, to protect your family. And instead of accidents happening, you took it into your own hands and you burned their houses to the ground. Anyone who ever spoke ill of you, of your family, of those you cared about, you taught them what it meant to cross an umber.
Hot damn.
Instead of carrying the burden of your past, you forged your own fate out of fire and flames. And as you step into this body, lurching into this confident, powerful, roiling anger of a body, you feel Anon. The Anon that stepped into that crystal. The Anon that loved those cats. The Anon that looks after her friends and maybe doesn't always make the wisest choices, but believes in herself and what she is doing, pushed to the corner of your mind. And the presence of this other Anon take over. She's traveled for ages, living her life, doing the occasional ill deed for this creature that she made a pact with, but mostly earning a fortune at the cost of others, sending always half back to her family back in Mirewood. Your parents writing letters saying that they're hesitant to take your money, but they have never been safer. Your stepfather Malachi, now the mayor of your small town. Your mother Gaitha's dressmaking business flourishing with her new fabrics that she can only buy because of the money that you send home. They don't send much word of Celeste or Genevieve, but they tell you that they are safe and they are happy, and you're better off not coming home. And now you are walking through the streets of Royer, the capital of Azari Ailish, the last place you heard your father might have been, the jewels of the jungles of southern Ebria, the tall sandstone-colored buildings all around you, trailing vines and sweet-smelling florals. Ahead of you, the Grand Agora, the market space, the stalls stretching as far as you can see. You hear a shopkeeper call your name, and you turn. A strange green-cloaked elvish woman smiles at you and calls, "Hello, Anon. I've got something for you," and crooks her finger before disappearing behind a tent flap in a market stall. What do you do?
I let flames go into my hands. So just they're covered in flames, and I just walk after her, very measured.
You walk forward, your burning hands singeing the tent flap as you pull it back and step in. And as you step through the tent flap, you're no longer in Royer. Instead, you're in a strange market square, fountain square of a town you have never been in. Empty and devoid of life aside from 5 other people, a green storm roiling in the sky overhead. Peter, your life is vastly different, vastly confusing. Your mother never vanished. You never vanished. Your husband, father, never vanished. You didn't die. You lived. But you didn't die, but you lived. You decided against learning magic instead of spending time with your father, Rain, in the military. But you're a wizard. But you're not. You're in the capital, but you're in the wilds. You're running through the woods. A man you recognize as your father beside you. In one moment, you see him as your father, but in the next, he's your husband? This is strange. This memory is strange. Is it even a memory? Is it yours? Is it someone else's? Who are you, a boy? A child? A grown woman? A thief? A scout? A wizard? Your mind tries to sort it out, but it feels as if it is being torn apart. Not one memory or self being able to be forced into a corner, but 2, almost 3. And then everything shatters around you like green glass, and you are standing once again in that green void, the hiss of something, a a sound you recognize, scales moving on scales. Something you know from Eleusis. You're familiar? Your mother's familiar. Your son's familiar? You hear a voice in your mind say, "Isn't this interesting? 2 minds, 2 histories, but only 1 soul. This is not something I've seen before, but I feel the twisted weaves of magic all around you. New magic. Strange magic. I don't like this at all. Let's deal with one of you, shall we?" And you feel the woman being shoved to the side.
Ooh.
And with that, you feel all of the memories of the grown woman being pushed away, and just the boy remains. What could have been? And you snap back, running through the woods. The man beside you, your father, Rain, strong and sure of himself, head of the Imperial scouting troop known as the White Wolves. He points ahead of you to a shape moving through the underbrush, his gruff voice. "Boy, you see that woman?"
Ahead, yeah.
"You're small enough to fit in that underbrush. Go, get her. She shouldn't be here. These woods are supposed to be devoid of life." What do you do?
Obediently and decisively, I sneak in with a dagger right underneath my cloak and jump and kind of spring up to her neck from behind and go in to cut her throat.
Okay, as soon as you dive into the bush, the forest disappears and you tumble and come to your feet standing at a fountain. 5 other strangers around you, the wood gone, your father gone, the memories of the woman pressing on your mind but not able to be latched onto. Thalia. As you lurch and as you fall, and the Thalia of before taking this step and the Thalia after, things are mostly the same. Your mother is leaving, still broke your father. You still left home and became a thief. But there the similarities ended. Instead, you become one of the greatest thieves of Tol Badur, the gem of the underground cities of the Thurian Dwarven Republic. You and Thomas run a gang, a feared and famous gang of second-story workers, the Crimson Mice, working and running entirely the high-stair district of Tol Badur. You've made quite the reputation for yourself, and even managed to buy yourself a humble 3-story building for your hideout, giving other folks you find on the street the life that you never had, taking those in who were destitute and poor and teaching them to take and keep. You're on your way to meet your latest employer, you and Thomas running from rooftop to rooftop, one of the highest paying jobs the Crimson Mice will ever see, hitting the safe of a prominent merchant house in the Hot Church district. You and Thomas arrive at the meeting place, breathing heavily, laughing slightly, looking down over the rooftops. A small street between the Sun Road and the Shadow Point districts. You look down from the roof's edge and see this ornate green carriage below, 12 white horses leading it. A hand reaches out from the curtain windows and beckons you down. Green nail polish on one of the long nails. What do you do?
I look at Thomas. Look back. What do you think?
I mean, this is what we came for, so I feel like if we don't do this now, I mean, Thalia, it's 3,500 gold.
Right, yeah, let's go. So she's just gonna steel herself, kind of confused, and go ahead.
Right, you go. I'll follow on the rooftops, make sure it's no funny business, right?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, cover my back.
Always have, always will.
That's right, you have. Okay.
Do you shimmy your way down the drain pipe and walk up to the carriage, taking a deep breath, and you reach out and open the carriage door and step through the heavily curtained interior and out of a carriage and into a town square, standing around a fountain, 5 other individuals a deep green storm roiling overhead. And the six of you stand and look at one another, no idea who each of you is or where you are or how you got here. And that's where we're going to take our break. We'll be back in a few.
We're all bloodthirsty murderers. Ah!
Oh, wait, I didn't do you, did I?
No,
Damn
it's
it.
okay. Just do it when you get back.
No, we're going to do it now.
No.
That's my bad. All right. It's the first day of classes in the last year of your training, and you stand in the Alabaster Library, the largest collections of books of magic in the entire world. But you didn't go to school here. You went somewhere else. You didn't have the aptitude, as your father always called it, the drive for magic. No, that can't be right. And you shove that aside and look down in your purple robes, the badge on your chest signifying you as the head of your year. You've spent countless hours here in the library, your robes dusted with chalk and charcoal, transcribing spells from old dusty books and fragile scrolls into your own spell book. You've only made a few friends here at school, but they are strong friendships. Strong friendships that you share everything with one another. You follow in the footsteps of your older brother, Aaron, a grand wizard in his own right, hoping to take your father's seat one day on the Council of the Imperium. Your younger sister, Esther, has just started training in the mysterious Hedragura, otherwise known as the Shadow Song Sanctuary. No one's entirely certain what they do there, but the whispers are often about it being a training ground for Imperial assassins. You wonder how your life would have gone differently if you were the one born without the aptitude, as your father calls it, the apparently innate ability to learn the deep magics of your family, instead being forced into some strange school that no one really knows anything about. But thankfully, that wasn't your fate. Instead, you were one of the most gifted members of your year, picking up magic, especially conjuration, faster than anyone. You look upward, the towering shelves of books reaching hundreds of feet into the air, students using mage hands, flying discs, even their familiars to pull books from the shelves. Everything here is made of an iridescent white stone. In the right light, it even seems to shimmer with all the colors of the rainbow, and even further above, the stained glassed ceiling, depicting the time from the War of Titans until now, through the founding of the Imperium, the founding of the Crystal Lyceum, everything that your family has stood for thousands of years to create the Imperium City, the shining beacon that is hope for all the races of Aloria. And as you walk through the stacks, you notice a strange green-robed woman ahead of you. No one should wear green here. Everyone wears purple robes. She turns and smiles at you, and you see the face of your mother, Lady Anna, except the hair is brilliant red. She winks an emerald eye and beckons you forward, turning around the corner of a stack of books. What do?
Hello, Mother.
You hear a voice in your head. Hello, darling. I've got something to show you.
Is it that thing we talked about?
Isn't it just?
Perfect, let's go see.
You turn the corner, and you are no longer in the library. Instead, in a fountain square, green clouds roiling overhead, 5 strange figures standing around you. And that's where we'll
change outfits.
Quick, everyone change clothes. Okay, so you were all sucked into this crystal, and the memories of your life were altered. Different choices were made. And as you were all sort of standing here around the square, I want you all to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
12.
5.
23.
27.
Hang on. 23 for you? 27?
Eight.
11.
I'll also roll a d6 for me. Just you, Peter.
Ophelia.
3. Okay. So you're all sort of thrust here, standing here, stepping out of your individual pasts, and you just hear a voice echo down from the clouds and into your minds. Life is a matter of choices, of consequences, and of chaos. Who might you have been if things had gone just a little bit differently? How might the world have been different? Most mortals never get to see these alternatives, but lucky you. A flash of green goes before your eyes, and you all feel a brief moment of searing pain in your head as you feel the memories of the last few years getting fuzzy and distant. The life of you before the tree shattering. Extos and Alora. There are two thoughts, two memories that hold strong in your mind, that feel out of place, but also feel 100% true. That of a silver woman named the Mother who sent you on a mission, but you don't remember what or why. And of a green dragon. Some creature that was going to save you, or you were going to save. You don't really remember. Peter, every time you try to remember anything before this moment, you remember a woman's life and not yours. A powerful wizard, a blade singer, this strong, confident woman. But you know you are not her. You're Peter. You were Rain's son. You are Petra's son. But who is this woman? And now the six of you are standing around this fountain, thrust out of your life in the jungles, trying to find this man who gave you life, from the rooftops of Tol Badur, from the forests near Hadley, from the sacred island in the middle of the broken chain of Renderin, from the Crystal Lyceum, and from a covert mission with your father. Standing here in this strange green-cast town, the sound of thunder in the distance, a green sky, an empty square, a strange town. What do you do?
I just look around and I put my hand on my hip and I say, well, who the hell are all of you?
Who the hell are you? Where's Thomas?
Who the hell is Thomas and where the hell are we?
Where the hell are we indeed?
Where the hell
What's
are my
going
men?
What's going on?
What does everybody look like?
You tell me.
Ooh, fun.
Forcing your hands. Let's start
can
with
explain.
Extos.
Sure.
Thalia said she knows.
I'll go. So Thalia has, she's all done up, and she's got red hair, but it's like neatly braided, and she's got like this black kind of leather coat that kind of trails off a little bit Matrix-esque.
Nice.
And underneath that, she's got some like a thick diamond necklace, but you can only see like one diamond coming through, where there's like a little hole in her shirt, but it's like goes all the way around, and she's got some jewels going up her arms.
You see Peter, who you all know to look like Peter, exactly the same, with a long green cloak. And underneath that cloak is a very thin braid of gold with two little wings on either side, kind of like a Grecan crown, you could say. And it's braided right here, and it's kind of elastic and holding to him. He has a bow and arrow, a bow, and the same thing, little like wings that kind of hold together. And there's only a few arrows in the quiver. It's a suspiciously few amounts. You're not really sure what he's able to do. His body is, cloaked to here, kind of shortish sleeves, and you see no tattoos, nothing, just his skin. And then the rest of his body is just, covered in lace and leather and much of the eldest things.
Same age.
Same age.
Yeah, same age.
Okay. Alora, you would recognize this as the standard garb for the Snow Wolves or the White Wolves, who are the special reconnaissance unit of the Imperium.
Okay.
He's super hot.
He's
Like
underage.
16. We're not commenting on that. I am wearing a really long white dress with like beads all over it, and it's like it's rainbow, like it looks like it's iridescent, and a blue cloak that's really long with a blue hood, and it's like thick silver threads all around it, and a crystal crown, and an amulet, like a white amulet with the symbol of the crystal Lyceum on it.
Exos is wearing like a very thick and heavy like robe. That's like he's got his hood up, and you can tell that it's like been stained by just like the salt from the sea. He's holding his javelin in front of him, just really unsure of what's going on, but ready just in case he needs it. Instead of a cittern, he's got this. He has this decanter that's like hanging on his side, and it's beautiful. It's got like it's this, like almost like a more bright and shimmering blue than his skin, and there's like all these like jewels and like markings on it. And so that's on his side, and his hair is long. It looks like it's never been washed, but it's braided, and it's just like kind of like hanging in front of him over his chest. And I'm choking.
Sorry.
And he doesn't have a smirk on his face anymore. He is solemn. He is just trying to observe and process what's happening.
Anon, like in terms of like physical features, looks the same. Still has like the white tattoos on her hands and face and tail. But she's back to her original height of like 5'3", 5'4", not 4'10" anymore.
At least for one session.
Yeah, at least for one. And she's got this like light leather armor that's kind of looks like the mage armor from before, but it's white, but it's leather, almost like overlapping scales and gold stitching. It's like a bodysuit kind of thing, and then with a dark gray cloak over top. And she's just wearing like lots of rings on her fingers.
Elt is fully in full plate mail, bright silver with maroon kind of low lights and gold trim. He's got a shield in one hand and a very flashy, like light silver and white sword with a gold tassel on the end. His hair is a buzz cut, like ice blue eyes, no scars, full beard, fairly large but trimmed, and he looks like a man that's very sure of himself and very what's the word I'm looking for here? Respected?
Dignified.
Dignified, great word. Very dignified. Within a military setting.
Yeah, that's the peacock I knew El to be.
You finally made it.
You finally did it.
I'm just picturing Conor McGregor without the tattoos.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Dignified.
I'm going to look at those two, kind of back and forth.
You look respectable. How? Anybody out of you remember anything?
The problem is, I'm actually not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be with my people, and I'm probably needing to leave right about now.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to be here either. I got all my men back making camp right now, and frankly, I don't even know how the hell I got here. I was following my wife in the trees, which she actually wouldn't be in the tree. How did everybody get here?
My mother was calling me and I just followed her, but she had red hair.
Red
She
hair.
did.
My wife had
Was
red
she
hair.
wearing a green cloak?
Yes.
The shopkeeper I followed was wearing a green cloak as well.
Some kind of magic.
There was a woman in a vehicle. She had a green hand.
What does this mean?
Some sort of bewitchment? Some sort of magic happening? Who's responsible for this?
Elt's gonna look up the sky.
Anybody see a storm like this? In all my years on the road, I haven't seen a storm like this.
You, being a storm priest, have definitely never heard of a green storm before. You have been in countless storms, spending hours and hours out in the storms with your master. This is weird.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I've never seen a storm like this. It's really troubling, and I think I need to pray. And he's just gonna like cross his legs, have his like javelin in front of him, close his eyes, and just start praying to deep Sashalas.
Well, he does that. Thalia's just gonna put her hand on her crossbow and just yell up at the sky, "Hey, witch! I don't know what you think you're doing here, but if you don't send us back, you're gonna pay for this. A lot of people, they're not gonna be happy I'm not around anymore."
And the town's barren, right? Or the square's barren?
Big reception check for me.
Just inspecting my nails as everyone else is trying to figure this out.
18.
That didn't work.
Yeah.
You see a couple figures off in the distance down a street that's very familiar to you. This is the high street of Hadley. But this isn't Hadley.
Hey, sorry to interrupt your prayer. I'm sure it's important, but perhaps if you haven't seen a storm like this, maybe we get going and there's... I know that street. I'm gonna be... Anybody want to come with me? I'm going.
Well,
There's people down there.
wait before you actually leave. There's something that's been really troubling me. It doesn't feel right, but it does feel right. It's this dragon and this gold, or this emerald sort of crystal, and this tree, but it doesn't make sense.
What?
You
A
remember the dragon too?
I do, and I don't.
I just thought it was a dream.
I don't remember any dragon. I know what my life is.
I definitely wasn't fighting any dragon.
If you're talking about gold, I'm in, but
It's something much bigger than that. All I know is this is probably not very natural, and we need to figure this out. But I don't even know if I can like trust any one of you.
Well, you
Soldier.
can trust me, I'm a captain of a god.
Well,
That's the last person I trust.
yeah.
No
Well,
offense.
Maybe why don't we start with some names here? My name is Exos Mir, and I'm a priest.
My name's
I got it.
Eltamir Lefray, and I'm a captain of a god back in my hometown, Adley.
Inon.
Okay.
As everyone's introducing themselves, and eyes are probably on whoever this
Whoever's
white
talking.
clothed person is away from me, Peter is going to stealthily just slide behind into a bush for a quick second.
Okay, Homer.
I'll make a stealth check.
22.
Oh, new character, new me.
Oh, with advantage, sorry. It's still 20.
Hide in plain sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear whispering from the bushes. Maybe you won't hear it, but I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
There's no
And trying to speak to.
Do I see any animals or anything around? Birds, squirrels?
After I cast it.
Make a perception check.
The vet roll.
10.
Doesn't seem to be any life in this square. And this is strange for you. Someone who's spent a lot of time in the wilds, there's almost always a bird or a mouse or
Always.
a rat or something
This land is my land.
nearby. There is. You don't even see insects around.
And I notice how suspicious that is then.
That's very suspicious. To
suspicious.
someone who spends a lot of their time in nature, city folk, they don't notice these things.
See, flickers.
But you notice when life isn't around. That is alarming. Usually means there's a predator nearby.
I don't know you. Don't need to know you. But
He's in the bushes.
Yeah.
Are you in the
Do
bush?
stand up from the
Yeah,
bush?
just
I'm gonna stand up like upright out of the bush, like.
he was hit.
I don't know you. I don't need to get to know any of you. But this is not my forest. And if anyone else hasn't noticed, there's no life other than this grass and these trees and these bushes around.
That's not true, good sir. There's people down that street. And this may not be your forest, but I do recognize these streets. I'm telling you, I want to keep everybody safe, and I believe we've got to stick together. And I understand that we may be in an apprehensive situation, but we got to move. This is where I thrive, and we got to stay together. And I believe let's go.
I hate to agree with the law, but I think I do in this one.
You work for me.
Are you wearing any insignias of your house?
My amulet.
So you see the insignia of the House of Conjuration, the Everard family, who are one of the 9 ruling families of the Imperium City.
Yeah. Aye. Is there something you need?
You forgot to curtsy. Or bow. Whatever you want.
Just because we're subservient, and I'm gonna take the bow from around my shoulder. Just because we're subservient doesn't mean we're submissive. We're gonna fight. Roll for initiative.
Right after we should stick together.
Yeah, let this play out. New character, who dis?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna cast anything.
Okay.
I'm just going to put 2. Oh no, I'm gonna put my whole hand on his shoulder and like press down.
Okay.
How tall are you?
Make an
Tall as shit.
intimidate. She is
Like
tall.
6 feet tall or more.
Make
That's
an
really large.
intimidation roll
Okay.
against wisdom saving throw. Charisma saving throw.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that.
16.
He's back.
-1.
So, in this moment, it's not so much submission or subservience or anything else like that. Just you remember your husband's voice saying sometimes it's just easier to give them what they want so you can just go about your day.
Is there something you want? Then it's best we work together.
I'm glad we all agree. Are we able to be on our way?
Lead the way.
All right, stay close. Stay with me.
Valley's immediately gonna go off to the side and like hide behind things.
Well, she's gonna be a bit of a problem.
It would actually make a lot of sense for you as
Sneak
a
up ahead.
thief
I'm gonna go on to
go
the side
up
and
on
like
the
scout
roofs.
up ahead. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do
You're Pink
that.
Panthering us.
What's that?
You're
Blending
Pink
in with the
Panthering us.
walls.
On his cue, I'm gonna like give him a little captain, and I'm gonna run off.
Make an acrobatics or athletics check.
What is better?
Probably acrobatics.
Yep, that'd be good. That'd be
You
good.
have plus 12 and advantage.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. Ooh, good. I need it.
Oh, no, the advantage is just the advantage is just for escaping grapples.
I don't
As
get to
of
roll
squatting
again?
in
Oh,
place.
okay.
No, just one.
Okay,
But
15.
15's good enough. Easily just like go over to the side of one of these buildings and grab onto a drain pipe and just and you're up.
Can I see
What are
anything
you
from this vantage
doing?
point?
He's looking at the comments. Alex
Oh.
and Dylan said they were asking where the Vizzy sponsorship is.
Oh. Do you think there's enough on the table?
That's you're in marketing now. Get us some sponsorships.
I would have kind of just look around, see if I can see anything around from this vantage point.
Perception check.
God. 8.
8. Nothing is familiar.
Okay.
You're able to clearly find a path forward towards where this man was pointing. You have no idea where you are.
I'm gonna try to just scout ahead of them, like while keeping an eye on which way they're going, but try to be like 20 feet ahead.
No problem.
Do I still see where those people are, or have they kind of scuttled? Because I kept referring to them, so I was trying to keep watch of
Yeah,
them.
they're still about maybe 100, 150 feet ahead of you. It's two people. You can't quite make out who they are or what they look like, but it's two people having a conversation in a doorway.
Okay. When we get a little closer, she looks presentable. I don't remember what how presentable. You
Presentable, priest,
Yeah,
fancy lady, fancy looking thief,
on the roof.
guard.
Bushman.
Like
Also guarded.
soldier.
Yeah.
You guys like
Yeah.
you sort of like sees like, but it's like town guard and like ranger.
Okay.
Ranger of the North.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean it's basically
I'm not gonna break up the group.
Strider
We're all
and-
looking good.
Dope.
Boromir.
Boromir, yeah.
Nice.
We're Faramir. We like Faramir.
Galadriel.
better.
I'm Galadriel now.
Get real scary.
We'll keep.
I can't wait to do the light thing.
I'm gonna keep marching up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is everybody following
Yep.
the beplated man?
Yeah, can I make a perception check and just like am I seeing people, and if so, like do they seem like they're normal?
Make a perception check. And then make an insight check.
Nice.
Nat 20.
Okay, and make an insight check.
Nat 1.
That's
The dice give
crazy.
it. The dice take it
No.
away.
Hip hop, yo.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So you see the occasional person, but it's always in passing, and you never see faces. It's like you see the back of a person moving away, or you see someone entering a doorway or closing shutters on a window. So it's hard to get a read on whether or not they are normal because you never get a long enough time to see someone. But it does seem like there are people around.
Okay. I'm just gonna kneel over to Elt. I'm like, hey, well, if you're familiar with the area, these people, they're really shifty almost.
Do I notice now when I start looking?
As he points it out, yeah, you see the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this place isn't really. Well, none of us is really making sense. But it's familiar. It's my hometown. But it's different.
You know that feeling when you're in a dream and you think you know the place, but you don't? You do, but you don't?
When she says that, do I remember anything from any?
Make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Okay. 11.
Now this lady's talking crazy.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I've not experienced that myself.
Really?
I have had weird dreams, but not that weird.
What about this green sky? Kind of like the green dragon?
I mean, looking up,
Oh,
it's.
stop.
As I said, I've never seen a storm like this. I think this is. It's evil, or it's like. I just don't-
Intentional.
Yeah.
Make an Arcana check for me. Okay. And on you too.
17.
23.
Nice.
This is definitely feels like you're saying, like a dream, like an other. This is not your family's specialty of magic, but you've read about things like there are other planes, there are other realities, there are other places. Maybe you've stumbled through one. You've heard about the Feywild. Maybe this was something like that. You, Ninon, as you feel him say, I think this is evil, you know evil. This isn't evil. This is manipulative, maybe. But manipulation in magic is something you've been doing for years. And this feels big.
I just kind of roll my eyes a little bit and say, this isn't evil. You would know it if this was evil. We're here for a purpose. Maybe we're in a different plane or a different realm, but I think we were all brought here for a reason, and we need to find out what that is.
You willing to work together? It seems like you got some insight on this.
I think that's probably our best bet.
I'd agree.
My mother was. Well, she just appeared one day. You know, look at her now, changing the tides of wars, and sometimes people just appear, and that sometimes feels more real than anyone else here. And I'm gonna look around to see if I see any dogs or cats or anything else.
Make a perception check.
And then cast.
19.
Nice.
See, as you're looking down an alleyway, it's as if the alleyway shifts itself to your expectations. It was sort of a blank slate as you look down, but as your eyes focus and your head turns, sort of boxes and crates appear, and a pile of garbage appears, and a grate in the distance appears, and you see a rat sort of skitter out of the garbage, but as it skitters out of the garbage, it literally forms from nothing, just green crystals coalescing into the body of a rat, and then it runs across the alleyway.
I'm gonna hold. Do you have any? May I have crumbs in my food? Do I have any traveler packs? I have anything I can use?
Fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Well, it's a Valentine's
I'm
meal.
gonna try and cast Beast Sense.
Okay. to do.
Just to see through its eyes. I want to see if the creature's alive.
You have to touch a beast to do that.
I'm not touching the rat.
Uh,
Filthy animal.
Not even in D&D.
Oh my gosh.
It seems that it might be the co-creators of this reality. Try it. See something. No,
How about-
it might be there.
$1 million.
How about we go up to these folks up there talking at the door. We talk to them. And let's put that theory to test, young master.
Because you are younger, right? You are visibly.
He's the same
physically.
age.
Yeah.
He was as Peter.
Um,
You're all the same
It's a
age you were
respectable
as you went
I'm thousands of years old.
I don't know that. You're 3 minutes old for all I know.
X is just gonna step in before they go to chat, and I'm just like, maybe before we like engage in this really weird world, we should come with some protection. And he's just gonna cast Beacon of Hope. I think everyone should be within range.
Mark off the spell slot.
Cool. So everyone has advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws.
Nice.
Cool.
Thank you.
As long as you stay within 30 feet of him.
Okay.
I'll be staying within 30 feet of him.
Can I do
For
it?
1 minute.
What?
Oh.
Gotta read the spell duration. Do you want to take it back? You can
Nope,
take it back.
because who knows how this
Minute.
NPC
Yeah.
interaction could go.
Swords.
A question.
Yeah.
Can I do a perception check just to see if we all still have our rings? Like I'm wearing rings, so I like kind of looking.
Yeah.
Can I see
That's
if
a good one.
silver ring is still on there?
With disadvantage, because you don't remember the world outside the world.
But would I recognize if we were all wearing a matching
You
ring?
might.
Nice.
Yeah, I know.
That's so good.
It was a perception, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 4.
Lots of people have rings on.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
If nobody's doing anything else, let's keep walking.
I think we just move on.
Yeah, just go up to those two men or people.
Continue helping roofs.
Okay. Did you wait and stop while they waited and stopped to have this conversation?
Yes.
So you carry on down the street, which feels longer than the high street of Hadley,
Okay.
but still familiar. You're like, no, I don't remember there being this many shops, but I don't know. Everything's weird. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe I've just got a headache. I'm not really sure. And as you come up to these people, it is Margaret Thorough and George Thorough, the bakers of Hadley, standing in the stoop of their shop having a conversation.
And I remember them.
These are people that you see every day, Margaret and George, the Thoroughs. They are the bakers of your hometown.
Okay. Instantly, Elt's gonna relax and walk up and. George, how are you? He's gonna go put his hand on the shoulder.
The man sort of turns around, and as he turns around, make a perception check. Everybody make a perception
I want
check.
to try to get close enough to hear, but not be too still.
You've got no face. 16.
22.
23.
18.
16.
13. Already got such high rolls.
So you two notice as he's turning on the edge of his face, not at the part you see, but like just imperceptibly is a slight green flash. But it could have just been a trick of the light. Hard to say. You just see George turn around.
Yeah.
Oh, Captain. Nice day. Looks like we might get some rain.
You ever seen a storm like this, George?
Can't say I have, but worlds are changing, you know?
The world's changing indeed. Crazy times.
Just
we're in.
make the bread.
I love it.
People boil the bread. Anyhow,
That's my
did you
next
catch
character.
them highwaymen you went out for?
Not that I recall, George. Actually, something strange may have happened. I don't much recall the full trip that we've been on. Did
Your head.
He's gonna kind of pull George like away from his wife and
Okay.
not hiding from them, but
George, may I ask you a
Make perception
question?
check. I suppose.
Did my men come back to town?
Not yet. No. That's why I was surprised to see you. You only left this morning. Normally you're out for a couple of days. I mean, gave you that nice hard tack. Figure it would last you a week.
22.
Yeah, you can hear this.
Was that?
You can hear all this. You were able to.
Well, George, it's a bit of an embarrassment, but I actually forgot my lucky dagger back at home, so I came back, and actually, have you met my friends? Not really my friends, kind of acquaintances, actually.
You
New
sort
to
of
the town.
looks around at the lot of you. Not very often we get travellers round here, especially my lady, father.
I'm hiding.
looks at
Weird lady!
George, roll perception.
Can't say I've ever met him before. Didn't know you had a lucky dagger. Thea's got it at home, I imagine.
Well, she did, and that's part of the reason why I forgot it. It's,
She's gonna give you an earful. Coming back when you're supposed to be out on the Baron's business.
yeah, George, don't tell me about it. I've already gonna have enough of it tonight.
All right. Not enough of it, you know what I mean?
Oh, George, I know.
Peter hears that and immediately begins walking down the street. Everything in. This is a dead end.
Oh, George, I'd love for you to show my new friends a taste of the town. You mind giving something to make this trip memorable for them? Put it on my tab.
Put him up there.
Well, I mean, you don't really have a tab, but I'll put it on the Baron's tab. Yeah?
George, I appreciate you.
You fancy a pie?
Well, I guess I haven't actually eaten in a while. Actually, since I don't actually remember the last time I ate.
Well, then we better get you something sweet or savoury.
Friends, trust me, if there's any place to eat in town, it's gonna be here with George. Fresh baked goods every morning.
Well, we might as well check out this guy's wonderful establishment of baked.
No need coming in. Sweet or savoury? I'll bring it out. Mrs. inside. Margaret!
Well, actually, George, I was wondering if actually we don't actually get very much baked goods out in the sea. So
You're from the bloody sea. And you've come up. Well, I mean, we're 2 days walk from the sea.
well, I like adventure, and here I am. So could I just take a look in your shop with you? I'll make sure to.
Well, I mean, it's quite a mess.
Hey,
Can I do an insight check?
You absolutely can.
Nice. Over.
I get advantage.
You do.
Oh, but 10 twice. Okay. 12.
Somebody correct those numbers.
It just seems like he's a baker. It's late in the morning. They all get up early to bake their bread, so it's probably a mess.
As Peter hears the idea of food, he stops and thinks that he can't remember the last time he ate, so he's probably pretty hungry. But just before he turns around, he's going to do one last inspection. He's going to do, would it be perception, insight, or investigation check to see how far away he can see?
Perception.
And to see how, if the reality shapes around that.
Still perception.
Still perception, not investigation. Okay.
Father, he says it's been a while since you had anything good. Baked bread. Baked pie?
well, it's usually a lot of fish.
Well, have I got the thing for you? My lady, I promise. Something quite nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Give us a minute. And he turns and just walks
before
into the
he
shop.
leaves, Dahlia's gonna hop down in front of him.
Whoa, Jesus! Whoa, whoa. Huh. It's raining bloody halflings. This is quite a storm.
Just gonna smile and lean in. Savory, please.
Right. I was gonna get him a mince, but yeah, we can do savory. All right.
Is George turning to walk back into the
He's like
shop?
going to sidestep. Yeah.
I'm gonna turn to Elts and I'm gonna be like, if anything actually happens, I'll make sure that I make it right, and I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic on George.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Roll a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier.
I rolled a 24.
Okay.
Uh, 16.
Nothing happens. With the 24, you are able to see down the end of the street.
You have that?
Oh yeah, let's add this.
Sorry, I didn't actually tell him. I was just passing my d6 down.
Okay.
I didn't know what I.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Nice. So 22.
Okay, I'm gonna finish this, and we'll do that. You are able, like, you sort of like look down the end of the street, and then it just looks like it sort of gets foggy, maybe about 300-400 feet away. It's hard to tell if the world ends or if it's just fog. You know fog. Fog obscures distance.
What time of the day does it look like? Can I tell?
Make a survival check. We don't have keen mind anymore, motherfucker.
18.
Midday-ish.
Midday. Seems like a strange time for there to be fog.
Yeah. So, you reach out with your magics, and what does Storm Priest Extos's magic look like when he tries to break it?
So he puts out both of his hands, just like palms facing up, and there's like all these like magical sort of particles that are released from his hand, and they kind of like go into like this like sphere around George, and then they just collapse on each other around George.
Okay, and as that happens, he just explodes into like thousands and thousands and thousands of emerald shards, and then comes back together, and he goes, "Whoa! Oh, that lightning must have struck close. I got the willies. Raise the hair on my arms. Just a minute for the pie." And he opens the door and then walks into the shop.
All of us notice
We all
that.
see that?
I mean, it was right in front of you.
Yeah.
You don't notice because you were looking the other way.
That,
What was that?
That's not George.
I'm gonna run
What
back
the-
over it. I think the end of the world is just a couple blocks away.
What?
We're stuck inside a thing.
What are we stuck
End of
inside
a world. We got somebody that's turning into gems in the middle of the day.
Yeah, I don't think they're real.
Can I?
Yeah,
try
actually,
opening the
I
door
agree
in
with
the
that.
shop? Sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's locked.
No.
It's locked. Okay.
This party gels. It's just,
It's
this is
actually.
it.
Yeah.
This is it.
Well, I think there's like some sort of illusion going on, because George just played it off really cool, and there's something about this green light, and it keeps bringing me back to the dragon and the tree.
What dragon and tree are you talking about?
Yes, sir, I don't,
Everybody make a wisdom
Here-
saving throw.
Nice.
Who?
Everybody.
Did you
Oh,
nat
not
one?
20.
You
That
know what?
one.
Okay.
18.
Okay. We're going to go around.
6.
13.
You nat one. You got 13,
Sorry, 18.
18,
22.
22,
On a nat 20.
Yeah.
17.
17. You were certain that the thoughts you had before, probably just a bad dream. Inan, you remember. It's not so much remember as have a. Wait a minute. I was just in a cave. There were mushroom people? I wasn't in the jungle. That doesn't seem right. But I also remember being in the jungle. But there were definitely mushroom people, and there was definitely a cave full of emeralds and piles of gold. That's weird. You remember what you remembered before, but you also remember mushroom people. You remember mushroom people. You remember a dragon's lair. You remember a silver woman named the Mother. You remember a big green dragon. The rest of you, nothing new.
What do I remember?
With a 6?
Yeah.
No,
You don't even
D6
remember
for
3
me,
You
seconds
actually
ago.
have memories taken away.
Yeah.
I am Peter. 4. I was mostly joking, but I think I'm in trouble now.
The memories of that woman. You're Peter. You're a 17-year-old boy.
Thank
You're
you.
your father's son. You're your mother's son. You're training to be a snow wolf. The hell was that? I'm not a grown woman. It's foolish.
Do I remember them as well in the cave?
If
Hey.
I
Oh, sorry.
no, you
Go ahead.
If I look straight up, do I see the storm is focused anywhere? If there's like an eye of the storm, or if it's circulating at any point?
It is just a roiling green storm.
Hey, what was your name again?
The name's Exos Mir.
I'm Sal.
Nice to
What'd
meet
you say about that tree?
I don't. It's like if you look back at all the history of your memories, it's like it's there, but it probably shouldn't.
Oh, look at this. We got some pies for all you.
Hey, you back up.
You asked for some pies,
Oh,
so I got
Sorry,
I'll take one, thank
George.
you.
We'll actually just
lemon
take them.
meringue for the miss.
Ignorance is
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna grab
a nice
the pie.
red velvet for you, my lady.
Thank you.
You weren't here before. I've got got a cookie.
so offended. Like personally, Evan is offended. I'm just kidding.
Is chocolate? It's a chocolate cookie, mate.
I'm gonna put my hood up.
I command you to
Alright.
take it.
Cookie for me. All right. Did you want? Sir, you said you were tired of beef pies.
Yeah.
This is the finest chicken and gravy
thank you,
pie
George.
I have ever personally made.
George, thank you for your hospitality. We actually have to be somewhere, so we're
Well,
gonna.
I mean, you can take it with you. It's a
we'll,
pie.
we'll
Pie.
take it and we'll leave.
Right.
But
No, I mean, the captain in here said to put it on his tab. It's no hassle. Just take it and go. No problem. Miss, a very, very fine, savoury beef mince pie for you.
Thanks for the pie.
You're welcome. And captain, your fave? Chicken and gravy.
George, love your attention to detail. Thank you, sir.
Have yourselves a nice day, everybody. He just turns around and goes back into his shop.
So anyway, as I was saying, I remember some stuff. I was in a cave. There was a big green crystal, and there was a dragon. There was mushroom people.
Wait.
There was
Say that again?
a big cave. There were big green crystals. There was a dragon, and there was mushroom people.
I just had the strangest flash of mushroom people of all things just a minute ago.
Yeah,
Never seen anything like that in my life.
they're protecting the tree.
Well,
What is?
there's.
I think we got
Are we in a different reality?
sucked inside.
Of what?
Or perhaps you're smoking mushroom people. What the hell are you talking about?
Think about this.
All right.
None of us have met each other before,
Correct.
and handfuls of us don't remember all these memories, and handfuls of us do.
Correct.
The mother.
What is that?
I don't remember a mother.
There's also the mother. She sent me on this mission.
I had
to
a
get, to get
nightmare.
the dragon.
I had a nightmare about that.
The mother?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, all I saw was just this green dragon and this old lady. She called herself the mother. But that's all I remember. You know, with dreams, it just fades.
You saw a green
Away.
dragon? Everyone's here seeing green shit. X just turned that weird guy into crystals that reformed back into that weird guy.
And as you're hearing this conversation, roll a perception check for me.
11? No, sorry. Yeah, 11.
You see a orange-skinned tiefling cross the street, maybe 50 feet down the road.
I look over, and without like saying anything, I just kind of start walking over to this tiefling.
Can I see if I notice? Because I am looking at these three that keep talking about the story.
Yeah, perception.
Nice.
Oh, I see you, bitch. That is 22.
Yeah, I mean, she's walking away, dude. You
Yeah.
definitely notice.
I'm not
Ma'am,
sneaky.
Ma'am, in on.
I don't even look back. I'm just like walking towards this tiefling.
Excuse me for a minute.
I'm gonna follow her.
'Kay.
I'm not gonna sneakily follow her. I'm gonna try to catch up and I'll catch up to you. I'll jog.
Where you going? Do you know these streets as well?
No, but I saw another tiefling. I thought I'd go talk to them.
Like
And
with
you
the horns?
come to the intersection, you turn the corner. It is the street you were just walking down in Royer towards the Agora, towards the Grand Bazaar.
Okay.
And just at the edge of your distance, tall, maybe 6'2", fairly well-built, orange-skinned tiefling, long white horns, just a flash of geometric tattoos coming up the neck as he turns the corner.
Do I still recognize this street?
You have no idea.
Okay.
And also, you look back behind you, and it's Hadley.
Yeah.
And you look down this street, and there are sandstone buildings and
Yeah.
vines, and
I kind of forget where I am for a minute because this is like if potentially what I've been looking for so long. So I just start like running towards this.
Ma'am, please.
And I'm gonna try to grab her as she's running.
do you try to avoid the grab?
Yeah.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw, athletics check.
Ooh, I got a +8. Oh, that's fantastic.
Fighters!
I only got 11.
20.
So you caught me.
So you like go to run, and just like the back of your dress is just like
My tattoos flare and my eyes flare, and I go, "What?"
Give me a second to explain before you get all whatever this is. Look at them. Look at them.
And I'm gonna point to the group there.
They're all standing there, and this is a space that I know. And then we look ahead over here, and I don't know what the hell's going on over there. Is this something you recognize, or what? But
Yes, this is. I was just here. I've been looking for my father, and I point at the. Can you still see him?
Did I see him?
yeah.
Yeah,
You,
okay.
you saw a man. I mean, to
the
you, it's just a
tiefling?
tiefling
The
man.
orange?
Yeah.
you're talking about the orange fella.
Yeah, I think he's my dad. I've never met him before, and I need to talk to him.
All right. Well, you were just here,
And I'll gesture to the street.
and I was just over there.
And I'll point back.
We've all realized something else is going on here, and something strange. I just don't think that running off on our own is going to be the best bet. I would love for you to go find your father. I'd come with you, but maybe we go together. Let's go grab the
Can
others
I-
and let's go.
Can I do like an insight check or just like something to see if there's anything that seems amiss in this picture?
Yeah. Insight.
18? Oh, sorry, I have an advantage. That's just
You only have an advantage to tell if somebody's lying.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 18.
I mean, you were just standing on a northern Ebrian street, talking to a baker with a northern Ebrian accent, and then turned down a street that was thousands and thousands of kilometers away in southern Ebria in Azari Ailish in the jungles of Royer. Yeah, something might be amiss.
Okay. Kind of like take a second to like realize that, and then I just take one last look in the direction where I thought my father was.
And you
Who's
see,
gone?
as you look down that direction, he steps back out into the street. You can't see a face, hood pulled up over it, but definitely the same man, orange hand. Come here.
And then I
beckoning.
just look at Elt and I think, or I say, should we follow him?
Because we're not very far from them.
60 feet or so.
Yeah, I'll come with you. Like I said, ma'am, I want you to find your father.
Everybody else roll a perception check for him.
18.
18.
15.
19.
Yeah. You all now realize that two of the members of your new strange group are, 30, 40 feet down the street, looking down another streetway, having a very heated conversation.
I'm gonna loosen my grasp, and then just wave at them to come here.
I'll head over.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
And so you all see the same scene. You are walking down essentially what it looks like, the high street of an English countryside, and then turn, and it is this jungly, sandstony building, ornate carvings and vines and flowers and tall jungle canopy, and you're just like, wait, what?
Can I roll and see if I've ever read about anything like
Arcana.
this? Yeah. 19.
You are unsure if this is planar or illusory, but you've definitely... This rings a great number of bells, but you are unsure which bell exactly.
Okay.
Well, if nobody's gonna say anything, then Elt will look to Anon.
Well, ma'am, lead on. This is your father to follow.
I don't think it is my father. And I just look around at everyone. I say, this is where I last was before I came here, I think. I was looking for my father and I just saw someone that looks like him beckoning me. Do we follow him or is this a trap?
Well, you can have me to protect you if we follow. That's the one thing I'm
kind
good
of
at.
roll my eyes at that. I don't say anything.
The one being a supportive role.
There's deep-rooted spiritual
No kidding.
animosity.
Change class. Fucking change race. Doesn't matter.
Good, evil,
Yeah.
evil, good. I mean, it makes sense.
Okay, so what do you do?
We're constantly butting heads. It's been a long drive home.
Do we remember where we were previously, since she mentioned where she was before, or not really?
Roll a wisdom saving throw for me,
Okay.
because you're actively trying to remember.
23.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely remember that you were in the library, in the Alabaster Library in the Crystal Lyceum, and then
Okay.
you stepped onto this weird town square,
Okay.
and now you're in this weird town. Not super crazy considering the things that you have read and heard about in your studies over the last 4 years, but never something you've personally experienced.
Seems we just don't have the information we need to make the right decisions, and maybe we can get our heads above this. I'm going to get up higher to see if we can get a better look. If the streets are shifting, we know we're in a maze. If they're disappearing, we know we're co-creators of the reality that we're stuck inside of, in which case we'll have to be much more careful. But both imply there's a predator watching us, to some extent.
As you have those thoughts, you have those thoughts in a very different voice. You're speaking Peter's voice, but you're hearing in your mind a woman's voice, slightly accented, and it's thought to mouth. They know exactly what's going on, but you don't. And there's this weird disconnect that is happening, and you become aware of it for a moment, and then it drifts away.
That was too smart for a 16-year-old, 17-year-old. Can anyone get high or? Don't.
It's gonna pop up.
Out on these streets.
The baker just comes out and it's like different kind of bake.
Brownies.
As he says that, Thalia's just gonna hop back up on the roof.
I'm gonna climb up as well to the top of the roof with
Acrobatics or athletics. Or athletics, either.
That's a good roll.
These stats are wild.
That's what happens when I build characters, baby.
I was gonna say, I'm in heavy mail.
18.
23.
Yeah. You both. Up, just grab vines. Just climbing up the side of the sandstone building, which you get about, 30 feet up. And you realize the roof of the sort of like thatched English village just sort of abuts into the side of this like 6-story sandstone, almost kind of like ziggurat kind of building as you're like climbing up of it. It's like, this is really strange, but you just keep going and then you get up to the top of this building.
Looking out as far as I can see, do I see that the world is shifting and I guess appearing as I see it, or do I see that it already exists and it's moving?
Perception check.
Yes.
What are you looking for?
Yeah, any weird shifts or any like weird glimmer of like green lights or anything that doesn't seems out of place.
Perception check.
1.
Character, same roles.
There's so many good rolls to get there.
15.
50. I mean, aside from the obvious weirdness, it doesn't seem like the streets are shifting. Nothing is moving. Nothing is changing. It's just the streets are really weird.
Yeah, it looks fine to me.
With the 15, there's no green flashes. There's nothing else like that. But you also see sort of this green fog 300-400 feet in the distance.
Nothing beyond the green fog.
Just
Do I see
just
it in like a
wall of
circular
green.
radius?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna tell Peter, hey kid, do you see that? You see that fog out there?
Just barely, but I saw the fog before. Why?
I don't see anything beyond that fog, and it's in all directions around us.
We are in some kind of prism. We know that for sure now.
Yeah.
Do we see that there's any like center point or a place where energy is converging in all directions? Maybe where Mercury's in retrospect with Venus. I'm just kidding.
Retrospect.
Retrograde.
Man of culture.
What are you?
And Mercury's in matinee.
Do I notice any converging energy points?
Investigations check for me.
Advantage if you're looking for retrograde.
17.
There does seem, I mean, you see the fog all around you, and you definitely don't feel like, it feels like you're at the center of what you can see, but not at the center, if that makes sense.
Where does it feel like the center is?
It's hard to tell.
Make an intuition check. That would be a fun one. You can use it all the
See if
time.
Dave's lying.
That's what an insight check is.
Oh.
So, I don't see any center points, but I don't think we're in the center of whatever this place is.
It doesn't feel that there's a physical center, but more of a magical center.
Yeah, I don't think we're in it yet.
Maybe we should try breaking this place. If it really is trying to produce a reality that tries to make sense of us, to keep us here longer, maybe we try and break it.
I propose we do that.
Can I cast lightning bolt to the sky?
Sure. The sky
Okay.
cannot make a dexterity saving throw, so go ahead
Oh.
and roll damage.
Okay.
Oh?
Nat 20.
Oh my gosh, I need to know.
Oh, no, it's just damage. There's no attack roll for a lightning bolt.
Oh. 8d6.
Welcome to Wizard.
Oh my.
The sky cannot save from your lightning.
Okay. Oh god. Like 26?
Okay. What does it look like when Wizard Alora casts spells? Does she have an arcane focus? Does she use the components of the spell, or does she use a focus to create her magic? Because
Focus.
okay. So what is her focus?
I'm just going to put my hands like in the middle. No clue.
Like over your amulet?
Sure.
Okay.
Make it seem like it's symbolizing something, and then just like burst the lightning out of my hands.
Okay. So this white, bluish, sort of ozone-y streak of lightning just goes into the sky, and for a second the clouds sort of dissipate, and you see green behind them, and then they just reform.
Ah, what a waste of time.
Mark off your third level spell
Yeah,
slot.
great. That's a
Maybe if there's a way to make the reality think it's false, it's in conflict with it itself. Maybe if we get the baker to go down the alley a couple steps away, he'll know that there's something wrong with even itself. Make the illusion see itself.
We're all on the ground still.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, you and
Talking to
Thalia are
yourself.
having this conversation. Yeah.
I don't know, kid. I think the illusion is. I think it's all the dragon. And that was that. I'm gonna hop down.
Did you
You're
say
like,
dragon?
you remember you/your mom had a little pseudo dragon. Your bow is enchanted with the power of a dragon,
Well, there it is.
but you were never with a dragon. That's weird. And as Thalia hits the ground around all of you, that's what we're gonna end.
No, I knew it.
Ah!
Oh, we gotta.
Let's go till midnight.
I will pass out.
I work at 5 in the morning. I don't give a shit. Let's go.
Thank you for watching. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and we will see you next Monday.
Thanks, being here.
What a fun.